Okay, folks, so today we're going to look at a very quick video on VIM. This is a 10,000 foot overview and a beginner's guide of VIM. So essentially, of course, what's VIM? VIM is, of course, a version of VI that was forked off by this gentleman over here, by Brian Molinar, who unfortunately died a couple of weeks back, and it is essentially has additional features over normal VI, and of course it's called VIM. Not all distributions have them included, so some of them, if you need to install it, you just use your package manager, for example, sudo apt install vim or pacman dash capital S vim, etc. So why use Vim instead of VI? Well, it's got a couple of additional features, and I'm using a slightly older version, 8.2. It's already in version 9 now. And what makes Vim very interesting? Well, Vim has a couple of modes to it, which is basically what can confuse a lot of folks. So by default, it has a command mode or normal mode, and it's this state that the system is in when you first launch it. Then it has insert mode, which allows you to edit the contents of a file, and a visual mode to move stuff around. And of course, if you can understand the modes and how they operate, it definitely helps. So I'm going to show you a couple of basics, and we'll have a follow-up video for more advanced stuff, but let's get started. So right now we're in Vim. Okay, I started a Vim and the name of a file. So what do we do now? So let's say we want to enter some text. I press I on the keyboard and it goes to insert mode. And insert mode, of course, this would be hi there, or I hit enter. I am editing and adding some information into a document. Almost forgot how to spell. And I hit enter and I can go to the next line, another line, it's new, etc. If I want to save it, or if I would now need to change modes again. So basically what that means is I need to go back to command mode, and essentially what I need to do is hit escape on the keyboard, right? And now what I'm going to do is, you'll see that insert is gone, right? So let me press I again, insert is there, I can type. So as long as you see insert there, it tells you what mode this thing is in. Okay, but now we want to leave insert mode and we want to save the file, so we need to go back to command mode. So we hit escape, as you see insert has vanished, and we hit semicolon, W, and of course it's saying there's no file name. Why? Because I just launched this, I just typed in Vim at the command line, I didn't give it a name. So in my case, to fix that, I'm going to hit semicolons again, W, and I'm going to call this file gosh, and I'm going to hit enter, and it tells you it's written these lines to the file. Okay, so again, right, I'm still in command mode, and if I try to do anything, of course the machine tells me I can't edit anything. So now I want to go back, so I'm going to hit I, add additional information to the doc, right? How do I save this thing? Again, escape, semicolon, W, right. And it even tells you it's written it. Okay, now one of the biggest questions folks ask is, how do I exit Vim? Right, so of course again, what mode are we in? We are in command mode. We know this because it's not telling us anything else. So how do you quit them? Well, there's two commands. If you're going to quit it, so semicolon Q, and you haven't made a change, so you've just opened the document and closed it, you can just hit semicolon Q and it will close it. However, if you want to save your work, you do W for write and Q to escape. Hit enter and it will close it completely. Right, now I can open up Vim again, And now type in the name of the document, and here we're back into the document. Right, I'm hitting semicolon Q, and now of course it exits. So now again, boom, gosh. Now I'm going to make a change and show you the difference. New line, escape back to command mode, semicolon Q. But now it tells you no write since last change add exclamation to overwrite. So what the heck does that mean in English? It's actually saying, hey, you've opened up the file, you've written to the file, but you haven't saved the file. Now you're trying to close information, but I have info in my buffer. So what do you want to do? Do you want to save the file or do you want to quit? Now let's say we didn't want to save new line. Okay, we just want to quit. We'll go again, semicolon Q, but now we're going to add an exclamation mark, and by adding that we're saying, Vim, just close the file. I don't care about the changes I added, and it goes back. Now open up the file again, and of course that line is gone. Right, and here I can use my now just arrow keys to move around the screen. Right, so remember, escape, semicolon W to save a file, escape, semicolon Q to quit Vim, escape, semicolon Q, exclamation from command if you want to close a file without saving it. Additional things here. That is probably one of the biggest things people get stuck with. How on earth do you exit them? Let's say I want to move one or two things around, or I want to make changes, for example. So I want to remove this line that says another line that's new, etc. All right, you can see I'm in command mode and I can move around using my direction keys. We'll get to the other key combinations in another video, but now we want to move this line. How do we remove it? Well, all that we need to do is press DD on the keyboard and it says delete the line, and you will see it's now gone. Right? Simple as that. How do I undo it? So let's say, oh no, I don't want to delete that line. I want to delete hi there. Well, all you need to press on your keyboard is the U command. Remember, you're still in command mode, and it's back. And let's scroll up and say we want to delete this. Gone. Ah, it was a mistake. Press U, and it is back. Folks, there's a lot of stuff one can do with Vim. It can be incredibly powerful, and a lot of stuff to learn around it, and it can take quite some time to really get to grips with everything. But this should give you a basic idea of how to at least write a file, add to a file, type some info, and exit around a file. Next video in our Vim installment, we'll show you how to start copying data around and how to move, not using the arrow keys, but using some of the dedicated keys on the keyboard for Vim. As always, thanks for watching. Bye for now.